Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video, I've decided to try something really silly. It is by playing projectiles on the Legionnaire. One would call it an anti-thematic build or anti-thematic. Now, if you're watching this video, I did upload it regardless of whether I win or not, because this is like the Shadow Mastery one that we did, where it's just really tough. You're either going to get fantastic upgrades and skills, or you're just going to get rubbish and you're going to die. So one of the two are going to happen. I'm either going to win or lose, so keep watching this. And also at the end of the video, I am going to give a little bit of a spoiler of what we're looking at tomorrow's Silly Saturday video. So let's get straight into the video. Our runes are the multicast mastery, critical mastery, a skill mastery projectile, skill inclination projectile, and unconventional start. Now the rules are like usual, where we are going to run curse 7. We do have to take the projectiles that are in the slots. If we have 6 projectile or 5 skills already and 3 more show up, we will always take the left side most projectile skill. Now we did get build ballista, so that is a good sign, a very strong skill to start off with. Unfortunately, being a ballista means that it can't move with me, so we got to get to the corner as quickly as possible. So there we go, we've got another one up and running. Now we can get focusing on getting as much XP as possible. The other thing, the other thing you've noticed is, well, even though it did get hit by an attack over there, ballistas don't have life, so therefore they cannot be killed. I'm not 100% sure if the Void Presence can or can't kill them. It doesn't really matter too much on that either. Luckily they don't focus on the Void Presence either, and by right now it is looking good because the skill itself is really fantastic. Some of the skills we don't want are going to be like our Heartseeker orbs. Rain of Arrows is quite good because it does have a stun, but the damage is a bit 840 isn't too bad. I mean, compared to some others, it's a lot better. It also does stun the opponents in the actual Rain of Arrows attack, so they do land up taking the full volley. They can't really move out of the way, so it is a pretty decent skill, especially for getting rid of trash mobs. We do need a high or fast hitting skill though, because we do need a projectile skill that's going to be killing the bosses, and that's where this build kind of struggles. There isn't really a projectile that is really 100% really good at killing bosses. I'm hoping it's going to be the ballista totems, but the other times that I've really tried this, we didn't get build ballista, so we weren't so lucky, and unfortunately we haven't been able to successfully complete this just yet. We'll find out as we proceed through this video. Alright, so we get Ricochet Shot, also very strong. We're going to work on some multicast as well as some of our crit. Bladed Chakram does provide us with rot damage, which is one of the strongest negative effects in the game, and the reason why I say that is because it accumulates its damage, which then goes on to the next targets, whereas all other negative effects kind of just end on the enemy that dies, whereas rot spreads to multiple different enemies. Alright, Cyclone Shot, we fire a projectile that flies through around you, dealing damage and bleeding enemies. Not the greatest one either, so unfortunately I would have to say we got about maybe 1 or 2 horrible skills. We'll see now on this Void Hunter how quickly we can kill him. It is the Barbarian, so we do have to just be careful. He does have Throw Axe, he's got himself a Shockwave over there, as well as a Whirlwind attack, which we saw as well. So quite a few range of attacks that they get. I was going to go and destroy the pylons over there because we didn't want as many AoEs, but unfortunately we didn't have the luxury of getting there in time before the bosses spawned, so we're kind of in a very interesting situation over here. I want to get to my ballistas. The bosses aren't really allowing it, but our damage does seem pretty decent in terms of where we can go. We do have our 6 projectiles, so we do skip now, and now we can actually lock that, grab that. That's fantastic, an exposed weakness, and we can grab some more damage on our Bladed Chakram. The damage on Bladed Chakram will come in clutch in terms of rot damage. It is going to accumulate quite high on the bosses and on enemies around them, so it will give us a lot of breathing room in terms of just, you know, us dealing a lot of damage and being able to kill things a lot faster. But we've nearly got the Chaos Bringer dead. We are taking quite a lot of chip damage, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. We can't really do much about that. Prophetess did land up with some of the rot stacks, which is fantastic. That means she's going to die next. And then we've also got a Void Hunter over there that needs to die. And the last two are pretty okay. It is the Paladin Void Hunter, so he does really need to die. He is quite a risky biscuit, that one. Alright, just stand in the AoE or away from the AoE there for a second. We do have 10 levels. Let's start using them. Go for that. Multicast. We want to slow for the frailty. We're going to go for overall damage, cast frequencies, multicast, doom to dazed, hopefully. More of that and more damage. So pretty quick to be able to pick what you want. Pretty easy once you know what you're wanting as well. And we just managed to kill all of the bosses before the next set of bosses spawned. That is not the ideal way to go, but we'll see just how well our damage does against this next set of bosses. All it means is that we are killing the trash mobs really quickly, and therefore the bosses are summoning at a much higher rate. Not that we actually want that. We do not want them to be summoned faster than we're killing them, but as you can see, we are dealing quite a lot of damage to them. So I think we do have our damage for this run, and hopefully we are able to complete it. Who is this? I can't see by this. Well, I'm saying the silhouette because I'm like partially blind. Actually, I'm not. I'm just saying that because I struggle to see. But I am struggling to see which Void Hunter that was. If you knew who he was, let me know down in the comments section so I can be like, yeah, no, that wasn't him. Joking, I'm joking. Actually, the other day someone mentioned to me that the Void Hunters are the ones that are making the Fallen King spin really fast on your face. And I did experience that in the previous attempt at this video, where I did die twice because of the Fallen King spinning on my face again, because he had the Spellblade or the Arcane Weaver Void Hunter buffing him with movement speed. So it really does happen. That is the case, and it's really terrifying when you've got the speedy Fallen King running to your face because you haven't killed the Void Hunter or him fast enough. It's just really scary. So try focus on them so that you don't have to worry about the Fallen King, and also try and kill him first, or the Chaos Bringer. You don't really want him spinning on your face. Learn something new every day while playing the game. Okay, I am destroying the pylons. There is quite a lot of them. I don't really want all of them up. It can be quite haphazard. It does mean that we are going to be a little bit slower than I would have liked, but I'd rather be slow and steady and win the race than try and sprint it and fall on my nose or my face. Slow and steady wins the race. I'd rather be slow than to fall on your face. Yo, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Alright, so we definitely got the damage. Dodge the Kamehameha, dodge the instant death beam, get away from the Fallen King. And luckily the Void Hunter isn't really a very difficult one. Just annoying because he puts down a lot of negative effects or AoEs on the floor. So we do want to try and get rid of him as well. But otherwise, all the bosses do seem to be back in their place. Very easy for us to now run around them. We've also got these pylons that we can kind of destroy as well while doing it. You can see he isn't as aggressive as he would have been if we had a different Void Hunter. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy to fight a very passive Fallen King and not one that's going to run on our face and murder us. Alrighty. Alright, so now we get some huge damage increases. That's beautiful. We're going to go for the HP and then the common damage. We just do common damage because it's just better than anything else that's common, unless we got crit, because we aren't at max crit yet. So we would do crit or then just common damage. Even a common multicast would be okay, but from the selection we had there, I think the damage was the best option. But you can see we are having to take this really slow. Although we do have quite a decent amount of damage, the bosses we are fighting do keep us away from them quite a lot. If we do get bosses that allow us to be closer to them, like the Eternal King or Eternal Knight over there, it will be a lot easier. But otherwise we do have to just kind of play it by ear. Over here we've got 2 Eternal Guardians, and that's going to be quite terrible for us. We did, however, pick up a Hypothermia, which is a fantastic boost in damage for us, but I think we are still going to struggle because we're just not being able to get close to them because of all of these AoEs and things like that. Luckily we are behind a structure, so we don't have to worry about the Eternal Guardians beam over there, so that puts us in a really good spot. Both of them are running their luckily we can't be hit in the air any further than what we already were, so that's okay. Just move out of the range, except we were bombed into an AoE, so that's just fantastic. We've only lost 1 life, it's okay. These are the 4th set of bosses, so that's okay. That's pretty good compared to the other runs that I attempted. We didn't even get this far into it, or if we did, we still had the previous set of bosses up still, so much better this run. We are still killing the bosses, which is fantastic. I think I need to just aim for them a bit more as well. That might make it a lot easier for us. We did kill the Vault, I want to call them a Vault Hunter because of Borderlands. I don't know why, but that word is just stuck in my brain now for good. So I'm talking about the Void Hunters. Please just remember that's who I am talking about. I'll probably land up calling them Void or Vault Hunters quite often. So that is just how it is. Alright, who did we land up killing? We've killed 2 of them. That's fantastic. We can go and grab their crystal. We did take a bit of damage. It's okay, it's not the end of the world. We do need to get a lot stronger. So there's a beautiful crit. We're now on 55%. I do think we need more crit though, especially if we have exposed weakness, as well as like bladed chakram with rot, as well as some of the other ones that are going to be quite useful there. Alright, staying close to the bosses also means that our ballistas are going to be doing a lot more damage to them as well. We do have Doom, so I'm hoping for the Doom to Daze. That will be a huge upgrade going forward as well. And then please, can we just kill you already? It would be a fantastic bonus to my day. Just die already. You should not be this tanky. Thank you so much. And unfortunately the rocket stacks, I don't think we had time to get them stacked up properly, so that put us in a very precarious situation. Luckily, except for the Fallen King who decided to spin on us, which luckily he didn't get buffed, but all of the bosses right now seem to be ones that we can stand quite relatively close to, except for, even if they do actually do this, we can stay close to him in a relative closeness to them. We just got to make sure that there's no Void Hunter that decides to buff the Fallen King and then he one-shots us. We do only have 1 more life and we are already low life, which means that any Fallen King spin can end our run you know, within seconds, especially if we get caught out. So we do just need to be careful over there. We are working really hard on not taking chip damage for free. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be called chip damage if it wasn't for free. And you can see ballistas definitely putting in their work for us while we are running around in circles. Got to try and dodge the paladin as well, because he is terrifying. We could just, like, randomly, if we don't have a dodge up, get hit by our Templar's Verdict, and that will one-shot us as well. And oh my goodness, that was close. we nearly just got mortared into the boss over there. So let's put some levels in here. We do get a 30% movement speed. That's going to come in very, very handy now. So I am very happy with that as one of our rare upgrades. I am actually superbly happy with that because it could be the difference between us living or dying, especially to the Fallen King. So very, very, very clutch moment to get ourselves some movement speed. It's definitely going to be a difference between winning or losing. At least I feel it could have a huge difference between us winning or losing. We do have a Houndmaster over here. I don't know if he is very strong or not. I've never actually really had a lot of time playing against them to be like these are their attacks. I do see he's just got a projectile over there. I don't know if it puts negative effects on us or not, but we did lose our one more life. But we've only got the ice incarnation now, and that means that we should be able to beat him relatively easy. He is one of the easier bosses, very easy readable moves, and with our movement speed we are in a very, very good spot in terms of trying to, or getting to kill him. I think Dungeons of Despair was probably a bad map to have gone into, and unfortunately it is just what it is. If we went for a more open map like Caves of Del Zog, our ballistas probably would have been hitting the bosses a lot more than they were now. But that was a 13.5 minute run. It was extremely difficult, so I hope you guys did enjoy it. But that is what it is. Like I mentioned, it is a really, really difficult build in the beginning. Build Ballista coming through with Bladed Chakram right behind it in damage. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.